What's up, everyone? It's your boy Scott. Welcome to the Scott Report. Today I'm bringing you an anime review and first impressions of Grancrest Senki Episode 1, aka Record of Grancrest War. Not to be confused with Record of Lodoss War. However, this light novel adaptation is made by the same writer of Record of Lodoss War, so it may or may not be in the same universe, and now I just confused myself, so I'm just gonna stop right there. But anyway, Record of Grancrest War is action, fantasy, and just because of that, I am there because I love me some action and fantasy. But the thing is, it's almost like a blessing or even a curse for these fantasy type of series because they always come out when what seems to be a very loaded season. Like this winter season, we have so many properties, both returning and new, that when you don't bring something interesting to the table, it can be very hard for you. And most of the time, fantasy series by default are so cookie cutter that it's hard to kind of claw your way through and make yourself stand out. And that's what I fear is gonna happen with Grancrest Senki. Maybe because it has the reputation of Lodoss War on its back. Because of that, maybe more people might actually tune into it just because, like I am, because Lodoss War is one of the greatest fantasy animes out there. So with that reputation, by this being by the same writer on the line for this series, I'm expecting better things out of it. And it also has 24 episodes, so it's probably gonna take a while for things to churn up with this series. But once it do, if it's anything like Lodoss War, I'm pretty sure it won't disappoint. But right now, it's facing the same peril that Rage of Bahamut faced back when it came out as well, because that came out last, especially Virgin Soul, which came out last spring, but that had to contend with Boku no Hero, it had to contend with Recreators, it had to contend with Attack on Titan. So Grancrest Senki, now with so many other things that it has to deal with, I really do worry about how far it's gonna go, because honestly, I'm not gonna say I didn't enjoy this first episode, but it didn't blow my socks off. I mean, for the most part, it had the standard setup of a fantasy series. But one thing I did like about it is that it's going to be based off our main character. It looks like it's going to be a mage. And I absolutely love mages in fantasy series as well as in games and RPGs. Suluka is a mage, and this story is going to be about her and a knight by the name of Theo. And we all know how it goes. It always ends up being about a knight by default. But what this is about is, and this is always the case when it comes to fantasy series, you got the higher ups, you got the nobles who want more and more power, and there's always a wedding between two people to try to merge and make peace. And yeah, that never happens. That's exactly what's going on in Grancrest Senki, because the bigger picture of the series is that people are, especially lords, are anointed with these crests, like a magical seal or a command seal if you're familiar with the Fate series, that comes out of their body and grants them all types of magical powers. And what's going on right now is that people are beginning to collect these seals to make themselves more and more powerful. Now, of course, this may have not started this way. It's too early into the series to see exactly where it goes. But there was supposed to be a wedding that was going to combine two countries together and make peace for all. However, as soon as that wedding started, we have our character Celica, who is the mage, who sensed something wrong, and it's always somebody that stops the person when they sense something wrong in these type of situations. That really does nag me. She stopped, and the demon lord appears. This demon lord shows up, everybody's like, let's use our let's use our crest and stop these people from doing the evil things that they're about to do. And no, he was like, you know what, fuck your crest, get out of here. Killed the two main head people that were in their alliance, killed both of the fathers, I believe. And then chaos just began to spread upon the land. And once the chaos started to spread, all the hopes of peace just went out the window, as now the nobles and the lords, they just want to take care of themselves and they don't care about the people, which leads to the main plot of Grancrest Senki, which is a little bit more political than I would have thought. And that's not to say that's not going to go in with the action, because we'll see that as well. But basically, Celica wants to change how things are. Like, these lords are using these crests for their own means to build themselves up. And that's not how the world should work. She wants the world to be where the crests are used to help people. And thankfully, or maybe fortunately, she runs into the knight Theo, who feels the same way. He is not a lord, but he does have a crest that he was able to make himself. which I'm interested in seeing how that works. And he has the same goal as her. He feels that anybody that has a crest should be working for the people, and with that, they have decided to make a pact, join together, and cleanse up the country one seal at a time by taking out these people who do have them and using them for the wrong means. It's going to be a hell of a ride. I'm just interested in seeing where it goes. And as far as the character himself, Celica at first, I like that we have a female main character. She's pretty badass from what we can see so far. And with her being a mage, she kind of has like this badass, like devil may care type of mentality. I'm pretty sure she feels a little bit responsible for what's going on. Now, I'm sorry, I don't remember the name of the bodyguard who was with her, but he was the one that held her back, and he has resent from not letting her, you know, do what she did when she noticed that the evil demon lord was coming. So that's going to be something interesting with him as well, to see how that goes, because he does hold that resent, and maybe she felt she could have probably did something more as well. But when she found out that Theo had the same plans for the world as she does, we now are on our journey to make everything right in this country. But it seems like Theo is going to be her student in some ways, because even though she makes a pact, he is her master. I got a little bit twisted about how that works, but it seems like it's going to be your standard tough love type of thing, where she was like, you're not good as you should be, you need to train, and I'm going to help you do that. And also Theo, he has a little bit more skill than I thought he would. Normally when we have a pro tag in these type of series, it's just somebody fresh off the boat who wants to just make the world better. They don't have any hands, any type of skill, but at the most part, he's at the very least seems that he can take care of himself. And I can tell that the end goal of this series is probably, well, not the end goal, but something that we're probably going to get in this series is these two falling in love with each other. It just seems like that is going to happen, because right now they have this playfulness with each other where it's a little bit of disdain, a little bit of disrespect for each other, where it's more like we're just doing this because we're supposed to and we have the same goal. But come on, it's blatant that these two are going to fall in love at some point. Also, the animation was pretty good, as A1 tends to go in with these type of series, and they got this and 7 Deadly Sins under their belt this season, so it's going to be interesting to see which one suffers the most with them in production. We're trying to do 2 series in 1 core. But also, again, we have 24 episodes, so I don't think this series is really going to flesh out. You may have to give it more than 3 episodes. You might have to give it 5 or 6 before it starts to build, because especially when you're dealing with fantasy series and a long running one like this, because in this day and age 24 episodes is basically long running, it's not really going to get to the points that it needs to be until its party members are starting to introduce and all of the bands are together, and then the evil and the good starts to come together and starts to clash. Because this wedding seems like it's going to be something very big, because it was the 2 fathers that got offed, so there's still the 2 people that were going to be married. And I'm pretty sure they got a big role in this, and it seems like the opening, which is pretty good by the way as well, it seems like the opening is going to hint that it's a little bit more to that as well. So overall, Grancrest Senki, how do I feel about it? I mean, I'm not going to say I dislike it. I'm not saying I dislike it at all. The thing is, I know that it's going to take a while for this to build up and to get into. I would definitely check it out. If you have like availability, or you have a free space, or just looking for something to watch, I would definitely put this on your watch list. Me personally, with this winter season being so full and so many other things that I have to check out, I'm going to cover it. I'm going to try my best to keep up with it. I'm going to give it probably 3 episodes, but it will more likely be something I will watch on my own time. I'll just have to see how it goes, and we'll just have to go from there. But I am excited because, again, it has that reputation of Lodos behind it, and I've heard good things about it. Like, I've been surfing around the net and trying to find things about it, and people say this light novel goes in, so I'm excited to see where it goes. But with everything being so loaded, it's really gonna have to impress me to stand out. So guys, let me know what you thought of this episode in the comments below. If you like this video, go ahead and drop it a like. If you want to hear more, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, as there's not a shortage of content you indulge on this channel. As a matter of fact, today I have this review. I have Kokoku and I have Ancient Magus' Bride all coming in one day. Whew, how's that gonna work out? But we'll just have to see. And I'm gonna go ahead and get up out of here. So as I always say, you guys can be anywhere on YouTube right now, but you chose to listen to me. I really appreciate that, so thanks for stopping by. On that note, it's your boy Scott signing out. See you soon.